Hi YouTube, Watchify here with another video. In this video I wanted to go over this Orient Kamasu automatic diver and directly compare it to a mid-tier Seiko diver such as this Prospex tuna that I have in my collection. Which one is the better spec and is the better value? First off, in terms of cost, the Orient Kamasu is going to be the hands down winner. As of this video, I'm seeing this model selling for an incredible $179 on Amazon, which is actually much less than what I paid, which was $242. And I bought mine in late 2020. This Seiko SRPH77 sells for $329 currently on Amazon, which is actually much lower than its $550 retail price. You'll find that Seiko's mid-tier Prospex models such as the Samurai, Turtle, and Monster all retail for either $525 or $550 US for the models without sapphire crystals and ceramic bezel inserts. Inside, the watches are very similar automatic movements that hack and hand wind, have around 40 hours of power reserve, and beat at 21,600 beats per hour. The Kamasu has the in-house Orient F6922 automatic movement, while the Seiko has their in-house 4R35 movement. The Kamasu is going to come with a sapphire crystal, and the Seiko is coming with proprietary Hardlex mineral crystal. That is sort of a big deal, as the sapphire and the Kamasu will mean less worrying about scratching of the crystal. And having sapphire is one of the things consumers look for nowadays in watches like these. This Seiko model happens to come on a silicone strap, but it's common for other mid-tier models in Seiko's Prospex line to come on a stainless steel bracelet. And those will have solid end links, but they're going to have a stamped fold-over locking clasp. This Kamasu's OEM bracelet is similar to those, but instead of solid end links, it has hollow ones, which I'm guessing Orient does as a cost-cutting measure. The Kamasu will have adequate case finishing with brushed and polished elements seen on the case. The Seikos will have the same, and in terms of finish quality, I think they're both similar. Since these are 200-meter divers, they'll both have screw-down crowns, a unidirectional rotating bezel, and screw-on case backs. I think you'll start to notice subtle differences though, as the Seiko will have a raised logo on its case back, larger and easier to grip crowns, and bezels that are generally easier to grip and turn than the one on this Kamasu. One other thing is that the Seikos are going to be ISO rated divers, while this Kamasu is not. They're both going to perform similarly while diving though, so it's up to you in regards to how big a deal not having that designation is. The dial is where Seiko seems to put a lot of emphasis on, and you can see it here with this SRPH77. You'll often find unique designs with texturing and gradients. This Kamasu has a more basic sunburst dial, with only their newer models now introducing dials with a color gradient. Lume on both the Orient and the Seiko will be equally as bright and long-lasting in my opinion. Depending on which model of Seiko you buy, either Japan domestic or international, you may find interesting alternate days of the week languages such as Japanese kanji, whereas I don't think I've ever seen that on any of the Orient divers. So on one hand, with the Seiko, you'll usually get a more intricate dial and you get that official ISO dive rating. While with the Orient Kamasu, you get the sapphire crystal and a lower price tag. How much of each watch's price has to do with brand name and brand recognition though? Of course, Seiko is a more well-known brand with more watchmaking history. They are both Japanese brands, but of the two, I think Seiko would be considered the more prestigious and thus command a higher price tag, even though in some areas it is lower spec'd. I know one could say that the focus shouldn't be on the brand, but rather more on what you're getting for your money. But if that were entirely the case, I'm pretty sure you can find similarly spec'd dive watches on AliExpress for even less than this Orient Kamasu costs. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments how you think Orient's divers like this Kamasu stack up against Seiko's Prospex offerings, and whether you're okay with paying more for the Seikos. I did finally order a Seiko Monster, so I'll be doing an unboxing and review video on that soon. I also sold my Seri 057 and my Solar Street Tuna, so those two watches are no longer in my collection. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you found it interesting, feel free to leave a like or even consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.